Hey, hey, hey. All right. So I promised that I was going to be showing up and just helping everybody to understand a little bit more about what is branding and why you should care. So I thought it might be helpful to talk a little bit about what's most important for small businesses, because I think it can be a little bit challenging to understand the differentiators between branding, marketing, which is the catch-all phrase, right? Marketing, PR, and advertising. So I think people in business are often unclear on what route to take to bring awareness to what they do. And it's really important to understand the distinction between those few things. So let's see if I can help clarify. So the term branding, marketing, public relations, and advertising tend to be used interchangeably, and they're all kind of lumped under marketing. And while they all relate to the promotion of a product or service or thing, each of them has their own purpose, and each of them has their own goal, and each of them has a specific intended result. So, marketing. Marketing is a thing that focuses on satisfying customer needs, right? So it's really comprehensive in identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer needs, and wants through the creation, the promotion, the distribution of products and services. And the goal is really to generate leads, also to support building a brand awareness and increase sales. And we usually do that through a couple of tactics like market research, customer segmentation, thinking about product positioning. We want to think about marketing as telling an audience how to perceive the thing, right? We have great customer service. I'm telling you that I want you to perceive that my brand has the best customer service. Okay, so I think that's a good catch-all for how to think about marketing. And then there's advertising, which is a big supporter of what we just described marketing to be, right? But advertising focuses on promoting the product, service, or said thing through different channels, right? So it's paid for. Marketing in general does not necessarily have to be a paid for thing. Advertising, you're definitely paying for it. And then you're thinking about the channels of which you would be advertising. Is it print? Is it radio? Is it TV? Is it the Internet of Things? And then the goal is usually to create a bit of a persuasion, right? So advertising really helps to persuade people to consider you, your product, your service, your thing. And advertising is really about reminding, right? It's about repetition. It's about reminding the audience of how you want to be perceived. So when you think of advertising, although marketing is, you might think of it as saying, my brand has the best customer service. In advertising, it's going, we have the best customer service, we have the best customer service, we have the best customer service. Right? So we're kind of just mashing it in with advertising. You usually don't get to that point till you really have a budget. Then there's public relations, and it's PR, as some people will refer to it. And public relations is really about managing brand reputation. So it's a practice. It's not something that should be a one and done in order for it to be effective, although it might be used for a particular purpose, intention. Um, but PR is really about creating a positive image to the public, um, and keeping a clean and positive reputation with stakeholders that may have interest in the brand. Um, so PR, it aims to generate positive media, right? You don't use PR to make people hate you. Right? It's about courting relationships. So you might use those through PR. The tactics might be press releases, hosting media events, and the dreaded crisis management. Right? But when you think about PR, you're thinking about it as you want to persuade an audience on how to perceive you in a positive light. So you're looking to build credibility. You're looking to build trust, right? So it's like going. Marketing was, we have the best customer service. Advertising is, we have the best customer service. We have the best customer service. We have the best customer service. PR is more of the trust me. They've got the best customer service, right? So it's like you're not speaking for yourself in this case. PR is you're putting someone forth to be like, yo, you got to pay attention to. Think of it as the wingman at the club. Got to pay attention to the homie over here, right? Because he's the best, right? That's essentially what PR is all about. And then of course there's the branding, and then the branding is about focusing on creating a unique identity. It is the process of developing all the elements that a company or product or service or artist um, would use to be recognizable and to set them apart from their competitors. So it involves things like, what's the snazzy name? What's the logo? What's the tagline? What's the voice of your messaging? What's the ethos? And it represents your brand's values, your mission, your vision, and it's also about consistency. Whereas advertising is repetition, branding is it's the marathon. It's about consistency for duration. So when you think about branding, you think about it in the way of creating a perception. It's literally creating a perception. It's creating the way you want to be perceived. So you want to think about that as it landing with the end consumer, where the end consumer is now going, I know they have the best customer service. So let's back it up a little bit, right? So marketing is me telling you we have the best customer service. Advertising is me reinforcing that over and over again. We got the best customer service. We got the best customer service. We got the best customer service. PR, they got the best customer service. And then branding is that landing, right? That's where you've made that equity, you've made that point, and now you've got the folks that you care about, and maybe even the ones that you're not so necessarily concerned about saying, yeah, they got the best customer service. And so here are the clarifications for how to understand the value that is brought to you from all those different expertises. Marketing, advertising, PR, and branding all work really well together, and you're usually not needing all of them together until you've reached a certain point in your brand development. So businesses should work on their brand identity first. What is it going to be? What is the long haul? What do you want once you're down the line of that marathon, what do you want the public to perceive you as? It's really the basement. It's the foundation of which you're building upon. And now your marketing, your advertising, and your PR are very clear about what it is that they're supporting. Yep. So I think really by understanding the difference between those four come from, businesses can really create a really cohesive and effective strategy, full-blown marketing strategy. And when you get to that point, you know you're in good footing. So don't just run off and get a PR agent. Don't just run off and spend money on advertising. Make sure you've got all of your foundation together so that when you do go get that advertising and PR support for your marketing, you know exactly what you're doing and it works the way you need it to work for you to get the ROI that you need to see. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know if anything jumped out for you, if you've got any questions that have come up from this little tidbit, and DM me or go to thecollectivelmg.com and connect with me there. And I'll see you again soon.